Hey guys, welcome to our channel RV44. If you guys see me, this is my second video. I'm by myself again. I want to share something with you guys. Miss Erica, she's been very busy. She's wrapping up the end of the year, school year. Today is going to be a video about how to avoid major problem in the RV. Example, the way that we are right now, we're stationary. If you guys know, we're in the process of buying a truck now. Yay! Very excited about that. But there's a couple of things that I have noticed that people have told me that I catch it right on time that I just want to share with you guys, because honestly, RV, just like a house, it tends to be very expensive. So the first step, guys, I want to show you is very, very important. Even though your RV has electrical, it have lights, you always want to make sure you check your surge protector. And what I look for is to have the right lights on, because the other one that I had, it was filled up with water and it just got messed up. So I have to spend a lot of money just to make sure pretty much everything to be. Which funny is, I don't see these two on the camera, but they are on. If you guys can see it, there you go. You guys can see it better. It's funny because if you go in the angle, it doesn't seem to be on, but they on now. But anyhow, the one that I had before, they got filled with water. So you see now I have this one raised up. Look how away it is from the floor. The other one I had is sitting all the way in the ground, and it got filled up with water, so I have to throw it out. So almost $200 later, this is what I have now. So you always, first thing to check is your power. Make sure your surge protector working fine, and get those that have the protection for the water and pretty much from the heat and all the elements outside. Show you right quick. Look at that. I wish it was raining money, but it's not. But look how much water that thing have inside. It's coming out of that box. Another thing that I check too is make sure you check your tires. Those are good. Tire pressure wise, they're pretty good. I love to check my tires all the time. If you guys know and notice, those tires are under the slide, so it don't get as hot and doesn't get hurt by the sun so much, toasted, because it's nice and cool under here all the time. But for those people like us that staying too long stationary, it's always good to check your tire pressure. Make sure you follow what the RV tells you, what the PSI is supposed to be. And you check for any leaks. Since we're already down here, that's what I do too. I check for any leaks. You notice, just like houses, RV, you have those, pretty much you have water running through the whole RV, a plumbing system. So you want to make sure you don't have any leaks. You want to make sure you don't have anything just out of the ordinary. Those are problems that if you catch it on time, you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars later. You just go ahead and shut your water and see where the problem comes from. If you cannot find it yourself, just get an expert. Get a second opinion and see where they think it's coming from. Another thing that I always check is, it was very interesting. We're eating lunch out here one day, and I saw a wasp or a hornet that came and went under the RV. And I heard so many stories and seen videos where a lot of insects or bees or wasps, they love to come to dark areas and nice places where they can just hide and do their colony, which you don't want to come across them. So that's why this thing came in play. I got it with zip ties, and it's pretty easy, fit right to it. I believe we got this in Amazon. This one the same thing too. I got this one with little springs to hold it in play. But yeah, just walk around your RV. That's what I always do. Make sure you walk around your RV. Make sure you look for anything that is not supposed to be doing. I make sure my tanks, my black tanks are closed. I check my tank levels. Make sure the hose, just follow the hose around, feel it around. Make sure there's no cracks on them. Make sure there's no leaks on them. Make sure the power, follow the wire around. Make sure there's no cracks. You know, the sun, sometimes the sun is very brutal here in Florida. You want to make sure you follow your hose and your power wires. If you guys can see, I got the outside shower. I didn't put any of those protected because it's sealed. Nothing's gonna go into it. Make sure everything is nice and tight, everything is nice and locked. That's just a walk around the RV. Pretty much what I do is just looking for stuff, and if I find something new, I put it on my mental checklist. Make sure, another thing that I would recommend guys too, is your outside outlets. I get like a little vacuum or my leaf blower and connect to them and see if they work. That's another thing too. Check all your connection, electrical especially outside on your RV. I like to come over here. I know I have one of those sensors that tell you if the propanes are full or not. So on the propane, that's what is good. This RV life and have neighbors like we do. People that have been doing RV longer than us, like the Giffords over there, Giffords on the go. And he brought a very good point. He says to keep one of your propane always shut, even though you have those automatic system, have one open, the one that you're gonna be using, have it open. So when you run out of one and you're in the process to hook into the one that is full, you can always run and get a new one filled up here. And the reason for that is that if you have both tanks running and you run out of tank, you don't know if you are one out. Of course, you just notice that you just run out of all propane. You're in the middle of cooking like I do. But yeah, that's one of the things that I love to check. This thing have the automatic system. If you see the arrow now, it's pointing to the one here, which is the one that I'm using right now. But it's a very good point that he brought up to me, Chris. Thank you again, buddy. Another thing that I do too is, and this might be a little, it's not annoying. Like I said, everything you do in your RV, you don't have to do it every day. I do it every other day. Sometimes when I'm off on the weekends, I do it twice if I got the time, just to walk around the RV. Again, something can happen on that same day that you wake up, went to work, and something is happening and you don't even know. But for example, I make sure my battery is on the whole time. Interesting, because when it's off, this thing can come off. So you know that if it's on, it's locked. So it's kind of give you see when it's off, it's come off. And when it's on, you get nice and locked there. So you know that it's got to be on the whole time. And your battery is nice and secure there. Like I say, I keep walking around. I like to check under the underbellies. Make sure that there's no water coming from the inside there, if there's any way of water coming in there. Make sure your windows, for example here, it's a little system where the refrigerator have a little hose coming out of there. So the water kind of hit here and it's just like a waterfall and they just go all the way out. I like to look and check for things like that. This I need to close it because I know if a wasp or any insect have a chance to go in there, it's nice and cozy in there. That will get in there. But yeah, always look for things that everything's supposed to be working the way they're supposed to be working. Again, those are surprises that if you don't catch it on time, it's gonna cost you a couple of $100. And I know anybody, especially around this time, nobody wants to be spending money like that if they don't have to. So now guys, let me take you to the roof. One of my favorite things to do. So now we are on the roof. Can you believe Erica never been up here? Don't tell her I told you guys this, but she never been up here. You guys can see a little lizard. Let me make sure he make it home safe. Let me catch you. Oh man, he's too fast. There he is right there. I told Miss Erica we saw a lizard. She's afraid of those things. So What I look for up here is, I want to see, I'm looking for any cracks. Even though it's a fairly new RV, I seen where people had those. I need to put a slide topper here. I'm supposed to get one, and one for the on top of the kids' bunk. I seen where people had those slide toppers, and I seen where there's like branches that fall from a tree. If you got a tree like me, that's what you need to look for branches falling and hitting your topper. And I seen where the branches fall and put a hole in your topper. Since we're on the same topic of the living under a nice tree like we do, make sure your AC lines is clear. When the AC pull the air, you don't want to see no leaf in there. So like I said, I came earlier here and I cleaned all the stuff that was here. It wasn't much, it was mostly on the floor. But those are the things that I look for. I look for any cracks, I look for any way that maybe the water's running, maybe getting to the RV. Again, just things that I'll do it on a daily basis if you have time. If you don't have that much time, just do it maybe once a week. But these are things, guys, that I'm telling you is going to save you a lot of money down the line. Make sure, and it's funny because you notice back here it's not a lot of shade, but then when you move this way, most of the shade is here, so therefore most of my leaves they're on front. So it's always leaf falling over here, and what it does, the water when it stops here, and that's why I come here like all the day or maybe twice a week. Once the water stops here, start falling on the slide and then goes right where on the entrance. So like I was saying, if you don't clean your gutters, your lines, it's get full of leaf, and then the water's gonna go through your entrance, and it's get very annoying because every time you open the door, and then the awnings, when you open it up, it's so soaking wet because the water's falling on top of the awning. So I always come here maybe twice a week and make sure there's no leaf in the way. You guys can see my AC is running good. You don't want to hear any weird sounds. You want to make sure everything is nice and quiet. Again, this is a brand new RV, so I'm not expecting to do anything that is not supposed to do anytime soon, but it happens. Then let me show you, since we're already up here, I want to show you guys a view of this beautiful RV park that I'm in. Beautiful, beautiful trees. If you guys can see, that's the pool back there, and that's the clubhouse. And then we have a playground back there, and behind those cabins, there's the dog park over there, and everything is really close by. We have a nice creek or little canal that runs behind this RV. Pretty cool. A lot of fishes in there, turtles and all kinds of water otters. It's pretty nice. But yeah, this is the view from my the roof of my RV. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I love to be up here. Again, I feel like a kid. So guys, there you had it. It was a video pretty much of things that you might want to check before it's too late. Just walk around the RV. I just want to show you guys what I do, things that I learned, things that I with the time that we've been RVing, things that I gather and hear from other people, experienced RVers out there. But that's what I do. It's just a simple checklist. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, you make it into a habit. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. Just go around your RV. To all teachers out there, keep up the good work. Good luck towards the end of the year. To the students that are graduating, just like Gabriel is, congratulations. You have done it. Welcome to the club. No, but good luck to everyone. Stay safe. Thank you for the good wishes out there. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Leave down any comment down below of anything that you think we forgot to do. Also, tell us about the way you guys keep yourself safe on your RV, or how do you check your RV. Just give us tips. We'd like to hear from you. Guys, stay safe again. Live the journey.